Welcome, welcome, welcome to Truth, the Scripture Study. I'm your host, Queenie Brown. Thank y'all for joining me today. Oh my goodness, let's try this thing again, family. How y'all doing? Come on in. Come on in, family. It's good to see all of you. Welcome in. Hey, hey, hey. Uh-oh, I'm playing games. I don't know why I'm thinking I can see you. Hey there. Is that Wayne? Good to see you, Wayne. Hey, Miss Sassy. Hey, PSW. Is that Tammy? Hi, darling. We got to talk. Hey there. Hey, Larry. Good. Welcome back. Hey, Stelia. Hey there. Hey, Nelda. How you doing, love? Good to see you. Welcome back, Brittany. Shalom, shalom. Welcome, family. Hold on. Let me put my eyes on. I'm trying to clean my glasses so I can see. Oh, your age just shows when you get on these little apps and they have all these little buttons and dots and things. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Welcome in, family. Oh, I can see you now. Hi. Hey, Kirsten. Hey, be grateful. I'm grateful too, beloved. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome in, family. Good to see all of you. Shalom. Shabbat shalom yesterday. Oh, you got registered for the event. Yes. Good, good, good. Yes, y'all, we're rising next week. For those of you who haven't learned about it, make sure you send me a DM. I'm not giving no links today. I'm not getting no violations today. I'm not going to mess it up for everybody else. So y'all send me a DM if you want the links to everything free. I would gladly give it to you. Happy to have you all here. I'm going to put the link inside of YouTube and Facebook. Hey, Carm, welcome. Shalom. Hi there. Hi, it's me. Good to see you. All right, family. I'm excited. Christopher, you said you registered. All right. I'm excited. Welcome. Yes. Good. Okay, family. I'm excited. Okay, so yesterday, I apologize. We had an outage in my neighborhood. That's why the system kept shutting down on us. Hey, Karen, welcome. Thank you, Nelda. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys that can do this, go ahead and click on the yellow heart. I'm learning. My sister's teaching me, y'all, how to play in these TikTok streets. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, y'all make sure you give me a little like or hit that little heart button for me. I appreciate it. All that does is it goes a long way to help the algorithm send this message out to the rest of the family so that they know we're live. We're just going to be reading the scriptures, y'all. I'm excited. I hate that we got stuff. We had a little stumbling block yesterday, but that's okay. Today's going to be a bit of an abbreviated day because our Promote the Truth family, the larger group, is going to be connecting again a little bit later. I think he said 11:15. So we're going to have to read, get in and get out so that we can be present and accounted for over there. I'm excited. The Tanakh is coming, y'all. It is coming and the countdown has begun. I've already seen it for those of you who have been joining us over at the Promote the Truth community. Oh my goodness. When I first saw that book, I almost cried. Like, oh, we actually get to see. Hey, Reginald, welcome back. The true word. Thank you, Nelda, of the Most High. We get to see what he said without the confusion, without the distractions, without the deception, without the manipulation of the word. We get to see the raw truth that the Father, the Most High Yahuwah, intended for us to know when he inspired those scribes to write these scriptures. So I'm excited. And I can't wait for those of you who want to be among the first to receive it in your hands. You guys can be among the first. They've extended the campaign to the end of November. So you have plenty of time to be able to be among the first to receive it. I can't wait. So I'll give you all links to that a little bit later. For those of you who are on YouTube and Facebook, you guys, the link is on the screen. It's also scrolling across the bottom, but let's get it going. Okay. So family, those of you who are new, welcome in. We appreciate you joining us. We are reading from the Truth Scriptures, which is the only scriptures that go back to the ancient original scrolls. They are Shalom, Edgar. Welcome back. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hey, Super Black, you just got the number 3 gifter badge. Thank you, Nelda, for the silver boxing. I have my Truth Scriptures. Yes, Super Black, you in there. I'm excited for you. How do we get the link? Send me a DM, Dorcas. I'm happy to send it to you. Please do not go to anywhere while you're on this live. TikTok has learned that some of my people will go and get the resources, and because y'all go and get them, even though you come back, oh, I like the crown. I can rock that crown. Thank you. They don't like it. They get mad at me. So don't make them mad at me yet. I'll give you the links, all of them, absolutely free. Just sit tight. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So y'all, yesterday we tried to get into Qaranatiym, which is the book of Corinthians. But I had some technical difficulties. So y'all tell me what you want to do. Do we start at the very beginning, or do we start at chapter 3 where we left off? Put 1 if you want to start at the beginning and just try this thing again, and put 3 if you want me to pick up where we left off and keep it moving. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So while you guys are entering your comments, you got it. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, Alicia, off and keep moving. You can pick up where we left off. You let me know. Okay, I got you. I got you. Uh-oh, we got a lot of people saying 1. Looks like we might be starting over. Okay, so I have a question before we get into this. And this is totally off the subject. But before we get going, Carm says 3. Got it. I reconnected. I shared with you guys yesterday that I reconnected with my sister who doesn't live in California. She lives in Vegas. I don't see her often. And I didn't know she was doing lives on YouTube. On TikTok. And I stumbled on her because my mom mentioned it. And I found out she's teaching people how to make money on TikTok. Wow. Imagine that. And so she's starting to teach me some different tricks and tools, because I'm old school. I don't know nothing about these apps. I'm just trying. I'm here to talk. But she's showing me, and she shared that she came on to start teaching people over 50 how to use this app to supplement their income. And so I wanted to know how many of you would be interested in learning something like that. Welcome, Shalom, Mika. How many of you would be interested in learning, and if in me sharing more tips that she's sharing with me, and also with me bringing her on? One of the things that she suggested that I do. Hey, Angela, Shalom, welcome back. She suggested, you need that, Donna? I hear you. Yes, please. Okay, I see you, Tammy. She said, Carm said, me too. Okay. Yes. Okay, so and Edgar says, sounds good. Right, because there's so many of us who have wisdom, who can be sharing our wisdom, or not, who can just be talking about the things we have in our home and selling those things. And so there's a way for all of us, there's enough for all of us to be able to rise up on these apps, especially on YouTube as well. We got too much wisdom for us to be taking it with us, family, especially now that we're getting the truth. Okay, there's going to be a whole army of people coming behind us that want to learn, and who better to teach it than those of us who are studying it, right? So after we study it, get it into us, and we're obviously connecting to the Promote the Truth community so that they can teach us more about this word. But we have a platform that you already have an account. Why not start making some money? So the first thing she taught me, and y'all sit tight on YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to get there and just give me 1.5 minutes. The first thing she taught me was that everywhere you go, thank you for the badges, Nelda. You already know. Tammy said financial attacks are real, and Yahuwah did not design us to be financially stressed. You better say that to the high heels. So the first thing you got to do is, you guys see this little heart meat at the top? Tap on that. It costs 1 penny. It costs 1 penny. But what that tells the algorithm is that you're not a bot, and that you're here to engage. And then it begins to build your engagement points. Thank you, Alicia. I see you sliding in on that orange carpet. That's what my sister told me to say when I see that thing come across. So anyway, when you tap on that, it activates. Thank you, Angela, for that gift. I appreciate that. How generous. Thank you so much. Oh, well, you don't let her bother you, Christopher. You keep focused. Stay focused on your path, and you're going to be all right. So once you click on that, it lets the algorithm know that you are active and you're not a bot. And then as you tap, 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 you're going to build your own accounts, engagement points. As you put comments in, you're going to build your own account. This is for you too on YouTube. You're going to build your own accounts, engagement points. And then when you're done, you click on it again, and then you'll be able to see a button that says claim. Go through and claim all of those. It builds your points so that wherever you are on the app, it begins to build your engagement. That sets you up, right? And then you can also connect to the people that are on the page. So when you see, like I see Terry right there, tap on Terry's little face. And if you see a red button on the bottom, I don't know what that button says, but click the red button, that connects you to Terry. And then click the @ sign and let Terry know that you're connecting with her. And then Terry can connect back with you. That builds a bond on the app that lets people know that I'm taking you with me. And you want to take the people with you so that I see you, Dorcas, sliding in on that orange carpet. And so thank you. So that helps your engagement point. So my sister teaching me, eventually I'm going to bring her on and let her do a class for us. And I'm thinking about going live between 5 and 6 in the afternoons to talk about that, rather than, we'll still do our Bible scriptures, not Bible, our scripture studies in the mornings, but we'll talk more about how to build our platform and how to build our footprint on these social media streets in the evenings. Does that sound good to y'all? Does that sound of interest at all to any of you? Yeah, we get to learn. I mean, I'm old school. I don't too much care about putting my business in the streets on these social media apps. Hey, Laura, welcome. Donna said, excellent. Okay, Tammy said, yes. Nelda says, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. All right. Hi, it's me, loves it. Okay, and welcome. Hi, it's me. You new here? Welcome. Glad to have you. All right, for those of you who are new, just allow what's about to happen and what you're reading to wash over you. Grand Rising, Angela. Grand Rising, Joycelyn, welcome back. Let it wash over you. It's going to sound different. You're going to hear names and words that are not familiar to you in your scriptures, because we're reading from the ancient scrolls that go all the way back before the King James, before I see you. Thank you for checking out my bio. Before the King James, before the Latin Vulgate, before the Geneva Bible, before what the Nicene Council did. Thank you, Nelda. Before all of that stuff, right? We're going to read from the scriptures, and the names have been restored. And it's important that the names are restored, because these names are a witness for the name of Yahuwah. Many of the prophets, the people in the places, have Yahuwah's name in their name. Okay, so it's going to be important for us to learn this. And fortunately, the Promote the Truth community, thank you, Nelda. Oh, and let me tell you guys about the roses. Any of those 1 penny gifts, thank you for becoming a title gifter. Any of those 1 penny gifts, Shalom, what happened yesterday? I had an outage in my neighborhood, P. Thomas. That's why I kept going in and out. I had an outage in my own neighborhood. So, and it's still not finished. It might be, it might still happen. So we'll just keep praying for clarity. But TikTok usually splits whatever you guys give to the live hosts. They split it. We get a percentage and TikTok takes its cut. But for those 1 penny gifts, TikTok doesn't know how to split them. So guess what? TikTok takes them all. So your generosity, I so appreciate it, but TikTok is getting it all when you're giving roses. Any of those 1 pennies, you're giving it to TikTok. So if you want TikTok to have it, that's great. But if you want it to come to the live host, not just me, any others, make sure you do. I don't know if there's a 2 penny or 3 penny, something where TikTok can split it, because if not, you won't. I don't get any of it. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank y'all thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So let's get down to business. I'm going to start at the beginning, because I had so many of you that we had so many challenges yesterday. Y'all get to hear the whole thing. So we're going to start over and get this party going. Let me find my highlighter. All right. So we're reading from the book of First Qaranatiym, sign named Corinthians. Can y'all say Qaranatiym? Thank you, Y30033. Appreciate that. Let's see. You guys keep tapping. Welcome back, Rock Faith. Keep tapping. It's going to help your engagement points. Remember that. It's going to help you. And then also for everyone who's giving those gifts, that's going to help you too. So make sure you claim your points at the end. All right. Thank you. So we are on page 267. For those of you who are reading from the first edition, I believe it's 269. Thanks, Angela. 269. For the ones of you who have the second edition, welcome, Laura. Thank you. I appreciate you for joining us and for your generosity. All right, Angela, can you try again, my love? Thank you. Are we supposed to register for the YouTube with you and your sister? You know what, Mika? That's a good question. I'll keep you informed. I'm going to talk to her and get it on the schedule for next week sometime. And then, or maybe this week, we'll see. It'll be between 5 and 6, though. It'll be in the evening. That way, 5 and 6 Pacific time. That way, more of you are online. Okay. All right. So, First Qaranatiym, chapter 1, from Shaul, called to be an emissary of Yahuwah Mashiach through the will of Allah, and from Susatanas, our brother. Now, I'm going to make a quick note here. Shaul is Paul, and they did not change his name in the truth scriptures. At least we didn't see it, right? We didn't see it. Hold on. Just one second. First Qaranatiym 1. There we go. Thank you, Angela. All right. So they didn't change his name, y'all. His name is still Shaul. For those of you who are reading from the New Testament, King James, is his name Paul in Qaranatiym? It's still Shaul in the truth scriptures. So from Shaul, called to be an emissary of Yahuwah Mashiach through the will of Allah, and from Susatanas, our brother, to the assembly of Allah in Qaranat, and to those who are set apart in Yahuwah Mashiach, who are called to be set apart, and to everyone everywhere who calls upon the name of our Master Yahuwah Mashiach. He is your Master and ours. Favor and peace to you from Allah, our Father, and the Master Yahuwah Mashiach. I thank my Allah always for you because of the favor of Allah which was given to you through Yahuwah Mashiach. You were made rich through him in everything, including all your communication and all types of knowledge. And the testimony of the Mashiach was confirmed in you. Therefore, you are not missing any spiritual gift while you wait for our Master Yahuwah Mashiach to return. He will confirm your testimony about him until the end, so that you will be blameless on the day of our Master Yahuwah Mashiach. Allah is faithful, and you were called by him to be in partnership with his son Yahuwah Mashiach, our Master. Brothers and sisters, now I encourage you in the name of our Master Yahuwah Mashiach, that all of you be in agreement with one another in what you say and do. Do not have any divisions among you. Instead, be perfected together into the same mind and same purpose. Hey, D. Whitehead, welcome back. My brothers and sisters, several people from Kulai's family have already reported to me that you continue to argue with each other. They have told me that some of you are saying, I follow Shaul, or I follow Palal, or I follow Kappa, or I only follow the Mashiach. Is the Mashiach divided? Was I, Shaul, impaled for you? Were you immersed in the name of Shaul? I thank Allah that I did not immerse any of you, except for Chrysippus and Gaius. Not one of you can say you got immersed into my name. I did immerse the family of Satapanas, but I do not recall immersing anyone else there. Verse 17. The Mashiach did not send for me. The Allah, hold on one second. Verse 17. The Mashiach did not send me for just doing immersions, but also to focus on preaching the Bashura without using words that sound wise, so that the power of the stake would not lose its power. For the message of the stake is foolishness to those who are perishing, but it is the power of Alua for those of us who are being saved. It is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and I will reject the intelligence of the intelligent. Hallelujah. Verse 20, where's the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the philosopher of this world? Hasn't Alua made the wisdom of this world foolish? In Alua's wisdom, he determined that the world would not come to know him based on the wisdom of this world. Instead, it pleased Alua to save those who believe in him through what the world considers foolishness. The unbelieving Yahudim ask for signs, and the Goim look for wisdom. However, we preach the Mashiach was impaled. This is a stumbling block to the unbelieving Yahudim and foolishness to the Goim. But to those who are called and accept their calling, both Yahudim and Goim, the Mashiach is the power and wisdom of Alua. The foolishness of Alua is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of Alua is stronger than human strength. Brothers and sisters, look at who you were when you were called. Not many of you were considered wise. Not many of you were in positions of power. Not many of you came from influential families. However, Alua chose what the world considers foolish to shame the wise. Alua chose what the world considers weak to shame the strong. Alua also chose what the world thinks is worthless, useless, and nothing of value to destroy what the world considers important. Thank you, Mariko. I don't know what to do about that. I think they're withholding me for some reason. Anyway, verse 29, Alua did all of these things so that no one can boast to him. You are the children of Alua, saved through Yahuwah Mashiach, who makes us wise, acceptable, and set apart. So if you want to boast, do as the scriptures say and boast about the master. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So I'm so happy to get the truth scriptures. I love reading it. It reads so beautifully. Right, Dottie? So good. Grand rising, grand rising. Numbers only reaching 40. You know, Mariko, what has happened when they did this change? Hi from Ohio. Welcome, welcome, Laura. When they made the change in TikTok at the beginning of the month, my numbers tanked. We were having, thank you for the hand heart, Alicia. Thank you, Terry. I initially was getting 8,000 people were dropping into our lives. That's how many numbers we had gotten. And we were consistently at like 135, between 75 and 135 people in the room. And once they started that, my numbers dropped and I couldn't get past 50. And so then, of course, when they give me those little strikes, because I tell you guys where to go get the resources, and you go, and then they say, stop doing that, stop sending people off. It's all right. Terry said, I didn't mean to leave. As long as you come back and say I'm back, then it teaches the algorithm that people go back to get the resources, but they come back to the app. But they've been suppressing my account. So that's what's happening. That's why the lives aren't reaching as many people. And so the tapping helps. You guys putting your comments help. When I read something that hits you in the city of your soul, put it in the comment. Hey, Avia, welcome back. You have to talk in code. I know, it's so sad. And it's only going to get worse. But that's where we are. So when you leave a comment, it tricks the algorithm. It triggers the algorithm. When you leave a hello or thank you or that's right, or that one hit me or whatever, it tells the algorithm that you're engaged. When everything goes slow, it pulls back because it thinks that you guys aren't engaged. You're not feeling what I'm saying. So that's why I say keep tapping. I appreciate it. Let's go on to chapter 2. All right. Brothers and sisters, when I came and told you about the mystery of Alua, I did not try to use fancy words or sound intelligent. While I was with you, I had made up my mind to only talk to you about Yahuwah Mashiach, who had been impaled at the stake. Welcome back, Jamie. Impaled to a stake. At first, I was showing weakness and trembled with fear. When I talked or preached, I did not try to impress you with wise words. I let Alua's spirit show his power. This way, your faith would be based on the power of Alua and not because of the wisdom of humans. We do speak with the wisdom of Alua to those who are mature in faith, but this is not from the wisdom of this world or its rulers, who will all disappear. Verse 7, we speak of the hidden and mysterious wisdom that Alua decided to use for our esteem before the world began. The rulers of this world did not understand anything about this wisdom. If they had known and understood this wisdom, they would not have impaled the master of esteem. However, it is written, no eye has seen, nor ear has heard, and neither has it entered into the heart of humans the things that Alua has prepared for those who love him. Alua has now revealed these things to us through his spirit. The spirit teaches us everything, including the depths of Alua. Who knows the depths of a person except by their own spirit that lives within them? In the same way, no one knows the spirit of Alua except by Alua's spirit. We have not received the world's spirit, but the spirit of Alua, so that we will know all the things which Alua has freely given us. The words we speak were not taught to us by human wisdom, but by the spirit of Alua. This allows us to teach spiritual things to spiritual people. This is why only someone who has the spirit of Alua can understand the things of Alua. Anyone who does not have the spirit of Alua thinks the things of Alua are foolish. Welcome back, Kayenle. The scriptures say, who has the mind of the master that can instruct him? But we have the mind of the Mashiach. Yes. Hallelujah. Thank you, Edgar, for lighting up my finger heart in the gallery. Thank you for that. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that megaphone, that big shout out. Donna, you just became the number 2 gifter. Thank you so much. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jones. I appreciate that. All praises, Luna. Welcome. Yes, yes. They suppress the truth, Marion. I know it. No more pennies. They will take your money. That's right. I finally got my Truth Scriptures triumphant one. Yes, we're on page 269 for those. Well, you're on 271, right? Thank you, Y. All right, family. Y'all ready to go to chapter 3? You ready? You ready? Here we go. 271 for those of you who just got your Truth Scriptures. 269 for those of you who are the first edition. All right, let's go. Let's go. Nelda said you will never get another rose from me. I appreciate that, Nelda. TikTok is gangster, right? If you give a rose, they keep all the money. Even a penny. That's something. Anyway, here we go. Brothers and sisters, chapter 3, the book of Qaranatiym in the Truth Scriptures family. The page numbers are different because it's a new edition. So the new edition has some edits and some shifts. So they might, I don't know what all changes they made. I don't have one yet. But anyway, yeah, they don't know how to, they know how to split it up. They don't know how to split that penny. So they just say, well, we'll just keep it. Anyway, brothers and sisters, at the time, I could not speak to you fully from the Spirit because you were still acting as if you were still babies in the Mashiach. So I fed you milk and not spiritual meat because you could not take solid spiritual food, and you still cannot. You're proving that you are not ready for spiritual meat because there's still jealousy and fighting among you. Are you now living by human standards? When someone says, I follow Shaul, and then someone else says, I follow Palal, aren't you acting like the people of this world without the spirit of Alua? Excuse me. After all, who is Palal? Who is Shaul? We are servants who helped you believe the truth. Each of us has a role that was given to us by the master. I planted and Palal watered, but it was Alua who made it grow. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is what is important in this case. It is Alua who keeps everything growing. And that is what matters. The one who plants and the one who waters have the same goal, and each will receive their reward for what they have done. Verse 9, we are fellow co-workers for Alua. You are Alua's farmland and his building. According to the favor that Alua gave me, I became an expert builder. I laid the foundation, and someone else is continuing to build on it. But let each person be careful about how they build on it. Verse 11, no one can ever lay a foundation better than the one we all have now, which is Yahuwah Mashiach. Whether a person builds on this foundation with silver, gold, expensive stones, wood, hay, or straw, each person's work will become evident, because the day of judgment will show whatever has been done. It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will prove each person's work by testing it. Shalom, Mikael. Verse 14, if what a person has built on the foundation survives, they will receive a reward. However, if what a person has built is tested by the fire and burned up, then that person will suffer a great loss. They may be saved themselves, but it will be like a person escaping the flames of a fire. Don't you know that you are the house of Alua and that the spirit of Alua lives in you? If anyone destroys the house of Alua, then Alua will destroy them, because the house of Alua is set apart. That means you are set apart. 18, do not fool yourselves. If anyone thinks they are wise by the world's standards, then they should humble themselves so that they can become wise. The wisdom of this world is foolishness to Alua, for it is written, he catches the wise with their craftiness. Again it says, the master knows the thoughts of the wise are vain. Therefore, no one should exalt other human beings, because everything already belongs to you. Whether it is Shaul, Palal, Kappa, the world, life, death, things in the present or things in the future, everything belongs to you. But know this, you belong to the Mashiach, and the Mashiach belongs to Alua. Everything belongs to you. Everything belongs to you. Y'all don't stop tapping. Tap, 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 tap. I appreciate it. You can just do like this. So that the algorithm doesn't think that we're not engaged at all. Yeah, Bahamas. Okay. All right, we're going to chapter 4. Thank you, Sister Queenie, for the information. You're welcome. From Lagos, Nigeria. Grand Rising, Carmetta, welcome back. She says, Grand Rising, everyone. Thank you, Yahuwah, for another day. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, let's go to chapter 4. I never built anything because my family stole all, but it's okay. I'm building myself as I should have. That's right, Jofiel. Just build yourself and build your wisdom in the word. That's the sure foundation. That's the sure foundation. Glad you're here. You are welcome. Thanks for the likes. Thank you. Thank y'all for the taps. Appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Chapter 4. Think of us as servants of the Mashiach who have been given the work of explaining the mysteries of Alua. Our first duty is to be faithful to the one we work for. Therefore, Shalom, Jessica, welcome back. Therefore, it does not matter if I am judged by you or any human court of law. In fact, I do not even judge myself. I do not know anything that could be held against me, but I cannot be the one who justifies myself. The master is my judge. So do not judge any believer until the master comes. He will show what is hidden in the dark and what is in everyone's heart. Then Alua will be the one who praises us. Brothers and sisters, I have used Palal and myself as examples to teach you not to go beyond what is written in the scriptures. Hold on. This will ensure that none of you becomes arrogant by thinking that supporting one of us against the other is of any benefit to you. Who says that you are any better than anyone else? What do you have that you did not receive? Since you received it, why are you boasting as if you did not receive it? Are you already rich and satisfied? Have you become kings without us? I wish you were kings. Then we could have a share in your kingdom. At times, it may seem as if Allah has allowed us, the emissaries, to be placed last, like prisoners sentenced to death, but on public display to be stared at by both humans and messengers. Maybe you look at us like we are foolish for the Mashiach, but you think of yourselves as wise in the ways of the Mashiach. Maybe you looked at us as being weak, but you think of yourselves as being strong. Maybe you feel we are to be dishonored, but you are to be honored. To this very day, there are times when we have gone hungry, thirsty, and without enough clothes to keep us warm. We work hard with our own hands to make money. When we're insulted, we respond with favor. When we are harassed, we show restraint. When we are defamed, we encourage. At times, we have been treated as nothing more than the trash and garbage of this world. I'm not writing this to embarrass you. I want to help you, just like parents want to help their own children. Now, even if 10,000 people teach you about the Mashiach, I am your only earthly father figure in teaching you the word. You became my children when I brought you the Bashura of Mashiach. Therefore, hold on, verse 16. Therefore, I urge you to imitate me. That is why I sent Timothy to you. I love him like a son, and he's a faithful servant of the master. Timothy will explain how I follow Mashiach and teach the same to every assembly wherever I go. Some of you have become arrogant as though I am not coming to see you. However, if it is the master's will, I will come to you soon. Then I will find out if the ones who are doing all the boasting really have any true power. The kingdom of Allah is not just about a lot of words. It's about power. Oof. That'll preach right there. That's verse 20. The kingdom of Allah is not just about a lot of words. It's about power. Which do you prefer? Should I come to you with a rod of discipline or in the spirit of love and gentleness? I just love this word. Hi, it's me, says we're here to learn the truth. Yes. Yes. I love how the word says everything belongs to us and we belong to Allah. Yes, Dorcas. Now that I found truth, I can move forward. Yes, Jofiel. Me too. I feel the same way. Thank y'all for your comments. Okay. Let's continue. Chapter 5. There are reports that are among those, there are reports that there are those pretending to be elite believers among you who are involved in sexual immorality. Uh-oh. Thank you, Angela. This type of immorality is not even heard of among the Goyim. It's been reported that a man is having sex with his father's wife. Many of you have acted proud instead of being upset and expelling the man from your community who did this act. Even though I am absent physically, I am present in spirit, and I have already judged the man who did this as if I were there. Verse 4. The next time you meet together, in the name of our master Yahuwah Mashiach, I will be present in spirit with the power of our master Yahuwah Mashiach. At that time, we need to hand this man over to Shaitan to destroy his flesh. What? I'm going to read that again. Verse 5. At that time, We need to hand this man over to Shaitan to destroy his flesh. Then the Master Yahuwah Mashiach can decide what to do with his soul on the day of judgment. Your boasting is not good. Do you not know that a little yeast makes the entire lump of dough rise? Clean out the old yeast. Then you'll be like fresh, unleavened bread. And this is what you are. Our Passover lamb is the Mashiach, who has already been sacrificed. So do not keep the festival thinking you can be evil and sinful, which is like serving leavened bread during the Feast of Matzah. Instead, you should live as unleavened bread that is pure, truthful, and sincere. I wrote you a letter. All of you, I know you have your notebooks, your Truth Foundation notebooks. Make sure you're writing in them. Let's keep going. I know. So good. Okay. Verse 9. I wrote you a letter before, and I told you to have nothing to do with sexually immoral people. It was not focusing on the I was not focusing on the sexually immoral people of this world. You would have to leave this world to get away from everyone who is immoral, greedy, cheaters, and idolaters. In my letter, I was focused on people among you who pose as believers but are not. You know who they are because they are immoral, greedy, idol worshipers, argumentative, drunkards, and cheaters. These are not true believers. Do not eat with them or have anything to do with them. Ooh. We should not be focused on what outsiders do who are of this world. Our job is to deal with anyone inside the assembly who is sinning in order to cast them out. Wow. Verse 13. Alua will judge the outsiders of this world, but you must personally deal with the man who is sinning and put him out of your assembly. Oh my. What are we going to do with that? Thank you, Angela. I appreciate the level up. You just got the #1 gifter badge, beloved. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Hey, Blackshear. What are we going to do with that, family? He said, put him out. He was focused on the people among you who pose as believers but are not. You know who they are because they are immoral. They're greedy, idol worshipers. I'm in verse 11. Argumentative, drunkards, and cheaters. These are not true believers. Do not eat with them or have anything to do with them. Ooh-wee. Edgar said, that's new. Right? Yikes. Oh my goodness. Angela says, and we do have a right to judge them. Wow. Thank you, Alicia, for the big shout out. I appreciate that. You just got #3 in the gifter badge. Shut down these so-called churches and their leaders. Wow. Edgar said, oh my goodness, my goodness. Chapter 6. Ooh, that's an ouch. When any of you have a complaint against another believer, should you go before the law of the unrighteous rather than going before the set-apart people of Alua? Don't you know that the people of Alua will judge the world? And if you're going to judge the world, can't you settle small matters amongst yourselves? Don't you know that we will also judge the messengers? What? Please help my family, Father, Lisa said. Dorcas said, we've been taught so wrong. Whoa. He just said, we will also judge the messengers? Sign name angels? Is that what that says? Okay. And if this is so, then we can surely judge the issues of this life between ourselves. Verse 4. Why then would you take everyday matters to worldly judges who do not respect the assembly of Eluah? You should be ashamed if you cannot handle these matters. Are there not any of you wise enough to act as a judge between the believers? Jessica said, man, stuff's getting deep for real. Naraya says, ooh, I heard that. What? The messengers are the angels. Dorcas. Shalom. Naria, welcome back. Tap, 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 family. Thank you. Thank you, Mariko. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. Wow. Oh, my goodness. It keeps stopping me in my tracks. Verse 6, we're on page 272 or 274. Tuda, my beautiful Lakut. Thank you, Naraya. Oh, my word. Verse 6. Why would you take another believer before the courts of this world to be tried by unbelievers? When one of you takes another believer to a worldly court, all of you lose. It would be better to let yourselves be robbed and cheated than for you to go before unbelievers to be judged. But instead, you yourselves will be found doing wrong if you cheat or steal from other believers. Don't you know that unjust people will not inherit the kingdom of Eluah? Do not be deceived. Those who are sexually immoral, idolaters, adulterers, perverted, homosexuals, thieves, covetous, drunkards, abusers, or swindlers will not inherit the kingdom of Eluah. This is what some of you used to be. But you were washed clean, made set apart to Eluah, and made righteous in the name of the Master Yahuwah Mashiach and in the spirit of our Eluah. Some of you say, we can do anything we want to do, but not all things are good for you to do. So I will not let anything overpower me. Some of you will say, food is meant for our bodies, and our bodies are meant for food. But Eluah will destroy them both if he wants to. We are not supposed to do indecent things with our bodies. We are to use our bodies for the Master who is in charge of our bodies. Eluah will raise us from the dead with the same power he used to raise the Master back to life. Don't you know that our bodies are part of the body of Mashiach? Is it right for me to join parts of the Mashiach with a prostitute? Eluah forbid. Verse 16, don't you know that a person who sleeps with a prostitute becomes part of her body? The scriptures say, the two shall become one flesh. And anyone who is joined with the Master is one in spirit with him. Do not be sexually immoral. Every sin that a person does is outside of the body, but a person who commits sexual sin has sinned against their own body. You should know that your body is the Ahikal, sign named temple, where the set-apart spirit lives. This spirit is in you, and it is a gift from Eluah. You are no longer your own. You were bought with a great price. So use your body to honor Eluah. Let that marinate. Wow. Where's my fan? Oh, my word. Are these readings in order to teach on TikTok? Are these readings in order to listen to on TikTok and or YouTube? Donna, I am on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook all at the same time. Wow. How y'all doing? Angela said, hallelujah. Hey, DJ, welcome. Greedy. Girl, read it, she said. Oh, my word. Naraya said, yeah, it's getting real. Oh, Abba, our precious Abba Yahuwah. These are some strong facts, right, Jamie? Jamie said, hello, Patrick. Welcome back. Oh, my goodness. Lisa said, be with us all, Father. Edgar said, it's getting real. Yes. Thank you for reposting Inscribe. I appreciate that. Y'all can press on my face and power share it out to make sure that the family can read it. Joycelyn said, no more guessing about the word. Our temple is our body. Before we came to the truth, we cannot be blamed for the things we did, but now we know. Ouch. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna breathe. Chapter 7. Can y'all take any more today? This is getting deep, Brittany said. All right, buckle up. We're going into chapter 7. Let me see how many chapters are in this. I think we got 16. Yeah. Let's see if we can get through 8. Chapter 7. We're reading, for those of you who are new, Yah breath, Queenie. Yes. We're reading from the Truth Scriptures, the only translation that goes back to the ancient scrolls, bypassing all of the shenanigans and the deceptions. And we're reading what the Father originally intended for us to know from his word. And it is fire. Chapter 7. Now I will answer you about these things you wrote in your letter to me. You asked, is it better for people not to marry? Because of sexual immorality, it is better for each man to have his own wife and each wife to have her own husband. Husbands and wives should both meet each other's sexual needs. A wife belongs to her husband and a husband belongs to his wife. So do not refuse to have sex with each other unless you agree to refrain for a short time in order to spend more time in focused prayer. Otherwise, Shaitan will be able to tempt you through your desires. I'm saying these things based on what I feel is best. It is not a command. My desire is that everyone be pure like I am. Everyone has their own gift from Alua. One has this gift and another person has a different gift. I say to those who are single or are widows, you must remain pure. Whether you decide to stay single or get married, be pure. The key is to always have self-control. Remember, it is better to marry than to burn with lust. I have a command for those who are married. This is not a command from me, but from the master. A wife who is a believer must not leave her husband who is a believer. If she is separated from her husband who is a believer, she must remain single or else go back to her husband. A husband who is a believer must not divorce his wife who is a believer. Now I have something to say to the rest. These are my suggestions and not direct commands from the master. If any man follows Yahuwah, but has an unbelieving wife who is content to live with him and respects the ways of Yahuwah, he should not leave her unless she becomes defiant. If any wife follows Yahuwah, but has an unbelieving husband who is content to live with her and respects the ways of Yahuwah, then she should not leave her husband unless he becomes defiant. Perhaps the husband who is not a believer may become a believer in Yahuwah with the help of his wife, who is a believer. Likewise, a wife who is not a believer may become a believer in Yahuwah with the help of her husband, who is a believer. If the family stays together, the children may have a better chance of coming to know Yahuwah. However, if an unbelieving spouse chooses to leave, then let them leave. The believer is not bound to that person. Alua wants us to live in peace. Hallelujah. After all, how do you know if you will be able to save your husband or wife who is not a believer? Nevertheless, each person should live the life that the master gave them, which Alua called them to live. I teach this to all the assemblies. Was a man circumcised when he was called? then do not try to change that. If a man is uncircumcised when they are called, they do not have to get circumcised. It's up to them. Circumcision is not the focus if you learned about Yahuwah after the age of circumcision. Keeping the commandments of Yahuwah is what matters the most. Let every person continue to grow from where they started when they were called by Yahuwah. Were you a servant when you were called? Do not let that bother you. If you can gain more freedom, then you should do so. When the master chooses those who are earthly servants, they become free in him. And when he chooses those who are free on earth, they become servants of the Mashiach. Yahuwah paid a great price for you, so do not become slaves of anyone else. Brothers and sisters, remember, let every person continue to grow from where they started when Yahuwah called them. Chapter 20, or verse 25. Oh no. Hold on, family. Sorry. Okay. Don't be shutting us down again. Okay. Thank you, Carolyn. I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're back. Titus, hello. Hey, Titus, welcome back. All right. Oof. Here we go. Verse 25. Now, concerning virginity, I do not have any direct commandments from the master on this. I will give you my opinion on the matter, and I feel my judgment is trustworthy because the master has treated me with kindness. We are going through distress times, so it may be best to remain as you are. If you are married, stay married. If you are not married, it may be best not to get married during times of distress. However, if you do decide to get married during this time, it is all right to do so. If a virgin marries at this time, she has not sinned. However, getting married in times of distress will bring extra problems that you would not otherwise have to face. It is important to remember that the time is very short and the master will return soon. When he returns, it will not matter if you are married or not. It will be the same if you are crying, laughing, buying, or have very little to buy. It will not matter how much you are receiving from the world or if you like the world. This world as we know it is passing away. I want all of you not to worry. During the time a person is single, they should be fully dedicated to pleasing the master. A married man, while also serving Yahuwah, navigates the additional responsibilities to care for his wife, blending spiritual and marital duties. Both the unmarried and the virgin are encouraged to dedicate themselves to Yahuwah, aiming to be set apart in body and spirit. Meanwhile, married individuals should also focus on pleasing Yahuwah through their commitment to him and love in marriage. This ensures that their actions reflect a life dedicated to honoring both their spouse and Yahuwah. I offer this guidance for your benefit. It is not to limit your freedom, but to promote a life of devotion to Yahuwah, whether you are married or not. Verse 36, if a man believes it's time for his daughter to marry, especially if she is of age and it aligns with their readiness to start a family that is righteous, he should feel free to support her in marriage without feeling guilty. Such actions are in accordance with Yahuwah's will. Yet, if a man is resolved in his decision to urge his daughter to stay unmarried for a period of time in order for her to focus on spiritual growth and service to Yahuwah, and he feels no compulsion to act otherwise, he also acts correctly. Verse 38, therefore, whether a father chooses to encourage his daughter to marry or decides to suggest she stay unmarried for a period of time, both are fine. Both decisions can honor Yahuwah, and the ultimate goal, whether married or single, is to build a life that enriches the community of believers and upholds Yahuwah's teachings. That's the ultimate goal. 39. A wife is obligated to stay married to her husband for as long as he lives. But if her husband dies, she's free to marry whomever she wants, as long as the new husband is a believer of the Master Yahuwah Mashiach. She should be happy and content whether she's married or unmarried. I say this from the spirit of Alua, who lives in me. I needed to hear that. Oh, my word. My. Thank you, Peace Awake, for reposting this. The road is getting narrower and narrower, Donna said. The Tanakh is going to blow us away. I know. I'm almost scared. Nilda said, yes, help me, Yahuwah, help me. Yes. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I told you all that the Promote the Truth community was planning to come together. What if the wife passed away? Shaul made it crystal clear, Brittany said. It's almost too crystal clear. Like, oh my goodness. Wow. So I'm kind of hesitant to go into chapter 8 because I don't want to start reading it. It's quick though. Can somebody check to see if Promote the Truth is live or if they've sent a notice out? They're doing a blitz today. Powerful words, right? Super Black. Yeah, you're welcome, Lisa. Ditto everyone's response, Wanda. Yeah. Whew. I'd like for us to join them when they go live. So I don't want us to cross because we are one. We want to stay in lockstep with everything that they're doing. Okay. So he said 11:15 and it's 11:20. So why don't we do this? Does everyone know how to get to the Promote the Truth community? If you do not, you want to go to their YouTube channel. Don't go yet. You want to go to their YouTube channel and look for Promote the Truth. Oh. And the reason why TikTok gives me these little puzzles is because we're not active enough. That's what they're basically saying. They're checking to see if we're still on. That's why I keep having to do that. In other words, you cannot be guilt tripped into a marriage or to marry or date then, right? You better not be guilt tripped into a marriage. That's shaitan right there. There's nothing like being in a marriage that's not intended by Yahuwah. Trust me, I know. So thank you, Superfan Dorcas. I appreciate it. They posted something 4 hours ago. They were live earlier. It's at I think it was 7. I watched. It was powerful. Boy, was it powerful. But I know that they said they were coming back on. So I don't want to get started on on chapter 8 without. I don't want to do that. So we're not going to do that. Hey, Quickly, welcome back. So I want to just invite you all to make sure that you send me a DM if you want the resources. I'm happy to respond to you. Thank you so much. Why? I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll get those links to you. Now, those of you who have been following along, we are doing something really, really special next week. And I don't know if any of you have had a chance to go and visit the Rise website. I'm going to tell you the link and I want you to write it down. I'm not going to put the .c at the end, but that's what you're going to write. So I'm going to say .c and you know to put the O and the M on the end. I'm trying to. Anyway, so it's rise.queeniebrown. Go there, read about it, see what we're going to be doing and see if it speaks to your heart. We get to be free. And a lot of the stuff we just read, I know for me, it made me kind of shudder because I'm going through a divorce right now. And the father, I didn't know his name throughout my entire marriage. And I don't think my ex knows his name. And I'm kind of, I guess I'm supposed to tell him. but I guess that's my assignment, I guess. But I know that our separation has been very tumultuous. And so based on what I read, it's telling me that I can be free from that. But there's still the stuff still comes up, right? And so there's stuff in all of us. There's guilt that we all have carried. There's shame that we all have carried. As we're reading this, I know stuff is coming up for all of you, right? And don't be sorry, Lisa. This is a freedom for me. I am honestly, it's righting a wrong. I appreciate that. We should never mesh and become one with someone if we don't know fully who we are. And this is who I am. But I wasn't this version of me when I was 20. And I could never have picked the partner that would have been able to handle this vessel that the Father is building from that age. Y'all think about how not smart all of us were at the age of 20. Good goodness. I was making all kinds of mistakes and just so anyway. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. It just popped off the screen. Not sure why that happened, but anyway, so I want to just invite you all to hang on to join us in the rise. Basically, the rise is an opportunity for us to rise out of the stuff that's been in the way. Can y'all hear me on YouTube? So weird. Anyway, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support. This is why Jay was speaking on. If the two never called on Yahuwah, divorce is hallelujah. If both of them call on Yahuwah, the Father hates divorce among them. And I can understand that. And I'm almost glad that we never called on his name, because I wish him well. And I pray that every need and every desire of his heart is manifested, just not in bond with me. So, but the point that I was making is when you go through stuff, you deal with the emotional residue of it. And there's often a lot of forgiveness that needs to take place. You can't see me. Can you still see me? Malcolm, can you see me now? You deal with the stuff, right? When you deal with trauma, when you deal with abuse, when you deal with drama, when you deal with your childhood stuff, sometimes we think that it's cleared up because we feel like we've passed it, or we can still be in relation with that person, or we just think that we've healed it. But truthfully, most of us numb it. You still can't see me, Malcolm? I can hear you, but I can't see you. That is okay. How about now? Can y'all hear me and see me? Wow. What about now? Can you hear me and see me? Let me know, family. That's so weird. I'm clear over here. Good. I'm glad. Marriage to Abba is not in the church, but coming before him in Palal. Yeah. Well, I didn't get married in the church. I got married on the beach in Jamaica. It was beautiful. But you still can't see me. That is so strange. What about now? Can you hear me and see me? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me remove that. How's that? Now can you hear me? You only had a black screen since I began. You've only had a black screen since I began. You guys haven't seen me this whole time? It's okay now? Wow. Somebody, you got to tell me. You can. Okay, good. Let's see. I'm going to put the link back up and let me see if you can see it. Tell me if you can see it. And it took me off. That is so crazy. Can you see me and hear me? Can you send me the link to the Rise? Yes, rise.queeniebrown. Send me a link. Send me a DM and I'll give you all the links, by the way. You see me the whole time. Okay, Y Pathway, good. Now we see you. Okay, look, when it's over. Were you guys able to see the well, anyway, you can see me now. The point that I'm making is when we go through stuff, we numb out. We tuck things under the rug. We don't deal with the stuff. We don't know how to process it. So we just lock down our heart. Okay, I think I'm going to pretend like I'm forgiving you, but the truth is, my heart just got hard, and I just stopped feeling, and I stopped letting myself cry, and I stopped letting myself feel the hurt. But you got yours. Good job, Terry. I'm so excited for you. We don't know how to process. And what happens is when we don't process through those emotions and the pain, those become soft spots. They're hardened. But when someone taps on that area, or they show up the same way that person showed up, or they say the same thing that person said, thank you, Obadiah. They do that. Thank you for the popular in the heartbeat. It triggers you. And then you react from that emotion, and it's oftentimes an overreaction. Sometimes we're afraid to love, we're afraid to feel, we're afraid to cry, and we don't deal with it. And we think because we said our prayer that it's done, because the church taught us that. But if we don't let ourselves keep our hearts open, it's not done. It's not healed. That's right. You get flashbacks, right? So that's why I created The Rise. I'm a certified master coach, family, and I've been coaching for over 20 years. I've written 2 books. My first book is called The Self-Love Lessons, 7 lessons. Okay, 7 lessons every woman must learn about herself and the power of womanhood was my first book. You got your second edition. All right, Deborah. Yay. And in that book, I chronicled my journey with Yahuwah. He started talking to me in the year 2000, and he walked me through the things that I needed to do, the things I needed to learn about myself, the things that needed to heal in me, the ways that I could forgive. And he had me document the whole journey, and I put it in my book. And so that was before I wrote it. I published it in 2011. And then I went through the healing of my body. I was able to deliver my 2 miracle babies in my mid-40s after they told me I'd never be a natural mom at the age of 34. So I gave birth to my 2 babies. And now I'm going through this other traumatic experience. I had left my home, my big old beautiful home, 3,300 square feet. And I'm now in Southern California in a matchbox that I'm grateful for. But there's been a lot of transition, and there's a lot of wounds that I am still growing through. And the Father has reminded me to go back through what I learned, because I'm seeing my own triggers. I'm seeing the things that remind me of the pain, that remind me of the stuff. And so he told me to create this, not just for me, but to bring you into it so that we can heal the stuff finally. And I can share some of the tools and the resources that helped me the first time as I move through it myself. And I'm inviting you all on that journey with me. Okay. Thank you, Sunshine. All right. So anyway, y'all go to rise.queeniebrown. And read about it. If it speaks to you, then I invite you to join me. It's going to be a powerful 3 days of me just pouring in. I'm going to be revealing some of the things that have helped me. We're going to talk about heart healing. We're going to walk through some forgiveness. It's going to be an experience. There's an anthem that goes with it, and my laptop is dead, so I'm going to try to play it here on YouTube. Let's see if it'll let me. But there's an anthem that goes with it. Let me know when they go live, family, and I will shut us down. Let's see. Let me see. Theme song playing. We still have time. Oh, okay. All right. All right. We're going to make this fast. I'm not going to play it. What you guys can do, go to the website and you can hear the song. It's right at the top. You guys can hear it. And it's the journey that we get to walk through. So go to rise.queeniebrown.com. You guys make sure that you send me a link or send me a DM to get the links. And then for those of you who are on YouTube, I enjoy. Hey, thank you, Terry. Good to see you. When you look back, you saw yourself differently. Yes, it was a big part of the demise, right? Yeah. So anyway, now we want to go to YouTube and go to Promote the Truth, and you guys join, and we're going to watch together. All right. Y'all, Baruch to all of you. I am grateful that you all are reading with me, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take good care. Bye.